Thanks for joining us for the weekend edition of National Focus. I'm Nisha Charles. Coming up, government signs an agreement for the luxury hotel in Cabrits, Portsmouth. The Dominica Labour Party administration continues to transform Dominica's infrastructure. And the Member of Parliament for the Cottage Constituency says the marketplace should be sacred. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories after this.
A lot of bathtubs are blamed for bruises. Some staircases are accused of being responsible for broken bones. Doors are occasionally viewed suspiciously as causing lesions. A high percentage of tables are accused of producing bleeding or trauma. Violence against women is a crime, and it's everyone's responsibility. It's inexcusable. If you're a victim or witness of physical or psychological violence or abuse, seek help and denounce the perpetrator.
Thanks for staying with us. Dominica can look forward to the construction of a luxury resort in Cabrits, Portsmouth, thanks to the arrangements made by the ruling Dominica Labour Party-led administration. The government of Dominica and Range Capital Partners Dominica Limited signed an agreement for the construction of the resort on Friday at the Fort Young Hotel. Discussions for that construction began in 2013 after the budget was passed in Parliament. 12 months later, the DLP-led administration is confident that this resort will impact the tourism sector in a positive way.
The objectives of this particular project are clear. In the first place, it is for the construction of a high-end hotel capable of attracting clients that are of high value. This facility will add to the number of high-quality rooms in Dominica, particularly in the north, and will no doubt support the other investments in the north of Dominica and indeed the entire country. More broadly, we look forward to fulfilling the objectives of creating high-quality direct jobs, opportunities for farmers to sell their produce, and for other service providers to create small and medium-sized businesses to provide services to the hotel.
Range Capital Partners Dominica Limited has been contracted to build the resort. Mohammed Esaria represents the firm and says the resort is one that will be sought after by many in the region.
It has taken us 1 year to get to this stage, as documents have been finalized with the government, technical due diligence on the site has been undertaken, legal due diligence, and initial design work has already been complete. And let me tell you about the site. We believe Douglas Bay in Cabrits is one of the finest beaches in this part of the Caribbean. It's a site which has privacy and allows for the creation of a unique hotel product, a hideaway resort. We will be developing a 100-room hotel, room and suite hotel there, which will be one of the finest in this part of the Caribbean. Design work will commence immediately. Environmental work, which we are very sensitive to, will be undertaken with all sensitivities and ensure that what is designed and built is something which has harmony between land and sea, between waves and wildlife, and ensure an experience from sunrise to sunset, which is unrivaled.
Kempinski Group will manage the resort. Vice President Xavier Destribas gives an idea of what Dominicans can expect.
In Kempinski, we adapt to the local environment, and we will certainly do here, respecting the nature. And we have actually a company called Creen, which makes sure that all our new openings, new hotel, are really following Mother Nature. We will participate with the local team. We will make sure we bring all our know-how from Europe for the training, and we would like to make sure that in Dominica we will have the Kempinski spirit and the European heritage of luxury.
The agreement was signed by the Range Capital Partners Dominica Limited and Financial Secretary Rosamond Edwards on behalf of the Government of Dominica. Kempinski Group is based in Geneva, Switzerland, which started in 1897. They currently run 73 hotels worldwide, with 30 more soon to open. The project will be funded under arrangements of the Citizenship by Investment program. The Honorable Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit says there is tangible evidence of the DLP administration's success in transforming the country's infrastructure. The Dominica leader made the remark while addressing the official commissioning of the Dr. Nicholas Liverpool Highway last weekend.
Under the 10-year road sector plan, we have targeted 85% of the road network to be in good condition by the end of 2015 and moving to 95% by the end of 2020. We are well on the way to meeting these targets, and this road is testimony to that fact. The next wave of road improvements and upgrading targets the East Coast roads from Poncasse to Dalis and from Poncasse through Castle Bruce and the Carib Territory onto Hatton Garden. Funding for the works to be carried out has already been negotiated and secured from the European Union and from the World Bank. A further $30 million have been secured from the Caribbean Development Bank for the construction of the roadway from Layu to Poncasse. And financing has been also secured from the government of China for the construction of a new bridge down by the hot water down in Layu.
Meantime, in his Independence Day address to the nation, the Dominica leader noted that the DLP administration has made significant gains in the creation of employment.
During the past 14 years, your government has intensified its support to the established private sector and trained, funded, and supported budding entrepreneurs by designing and funding innovative institutions whose unique goal is to grow the pool of local entrepreneurs. Though among these were the Dominica Youth Business Trust, the National Development Foundation of Dominica, the Employment and Small Business Support Agency, and the National Employment Program. Rest assured that these efforts, together with all those others that have delivered the goods over the past 14 years, will continue and be increased during our next term in office.
The Honorable Prime Minister says the DLP administration has a track record of development.
All roads in Dominica lead to the planned international airport, the improved seaports, the development of our human and natural resources, and a higher standard of living for all Dominicans. We have a formula for social and economic development that has already begun to deliver the goods to the people of Dominica.
In more news, the Minister of Parliament for the Cottage Constituency, the Honorable Reginald Austrie, is calling on Dominicans to treat the marketplace as sacred. He says the market is the place where Dominicans come to purchase good food which sustains life on a whole. He says every Dominican should play their part in contributing to the produce that we put in our bodies on a daily basis. The Honorable Minister was speaking at Market Day with a Difference in Portsmouth last weekend.
The main form of sustenance is food, and not only food, but good food, healthy food, nutrient food. Because we can go to the shops and buy flour, rice, macaroni, and spaghetti, and whatever you have it. But we believe that these foods cannot be as healthy as our local produce. And with the consciousness on diabetes and hypertension, we have to be even more careful as to what we eat, since eventually it will impact on our productivity in this country.
Winners of competitions of the various cultural art forms held during the Independence season culminated with a grand exhibition of talent at the Botanic Gardens on November 3rd. Cultural groups from across the island displayed their winning dances, song, drumming ensemble, conte, and the list goes on. Honorable Minister for Culture Justina Charles, in addressing the opening ceremony, congratulated young persons for their involvement in culture.
We saw a good representation of our young people across Dominica, and I want to commend the young people for your involvement. It says to us that our culture is alive.
She reminded Dominicans of this year's independence theme, Our Nation, Our Responsibility, and made a call for Dominicans to build a country by what they say and to promote and preserve the progress the country has made. This year's Sonia Lloyd of Kingshill received the Lifetime Achievement Award for her contribution to folk music in Dominica. The Posse Pan Cultural Group of Portsmouth received the E.O. LeBlanc Trophy for outstanding contribution to cultural development in Dominica, and Amid John Baptist of Capuchin received the Young Artist Award. The National Cultural Gala, the brainchild of Dominica's former Premier, E.O. LeBlanc, was conceived in 1965 to showcase and promote the intangible cultural heritage of Dominica. This year marked the National Cultural Gala's 49th anniversary. Wife of the Honorable Prime Minister, Melissa Skerritt, brought smiles to scores of faces as she presented gift packages containing clothing and food items to the children of the Roseau North constituency on Thursday.
As a parent myself, I know of the difficulties which families have to undergo in caring for our children. This is why I came up with the idea of reaching out to as many parents as possible by providing them with care packages and other supplies in order to assist in better caring for your children. Our role as mothers in particular is very important to our society, and therefore the care we provide to our children will determine the future of this country.
The donations were made possible by contributions from New York-based company Carib Delight. Founder and CEO of the company, Ayana Eiffel, was on island to help make the presentations.
I was moved by Melissa Skerritt's commitment and efforts on reaching out to the local communities that are challenged by these social and economic factors, where I immediately felt the need to want to join forces. As a people, if we all make an effort and come together, breaking down the walls of operations or barriers which divide us, you will be amazed at the positive impact we can have as a unified front. I look forward to this event and participating in the future state initiatives that are geared towards raising awareness and addressing pressing issues impacting our local communities.
The Prime Minister's wife said that she will continue doing such presentations in an effort to gain the attention of potential donors. She made a commitment to continue her program.
I want to assure you that this program will continue, as the Prime Minister has announced that the government shall implement a program to provide care packages to expectant mothers, newborn babies, as well as children. But I want to take this opportunity to thank my cousin here, Ayana Eiffel, who is the CEO of Carib Delights, for taking time out of a busy schedule to come here in Dominica and to present to you these care packages.
Mrs. Skerritt has been doing charitable work for the parents and children in the Roseau area for the past 3 years. Earlier this year, she made a donation of school supplies and scholarships to the children of the Roseau Central constituency. Meanwhile, a grand display of their cultural talents as the students and teachers of the Maho Primary School received gifts from Parliamentary Representative from Maho, the Honorable Raymond Blackmer, on Creole Day.
Walking into the school, notwithstanding the number of windows that you have, it is very hot, and therefore it is very uncomfortable for you. So we have a responsibility as teachers, as community leaders, and myself as a member of Parliament, to make it more conducive for you in the classroom so that you can learn better.
Honorable Blackmore also made a donation of exercise books to be distributed among the students.
On behalf of the parents, the teachers, students of the Maho Primary School, we express our deepest thank you, our gratitude for this donation of books and funds. Your generous gifts from donors like you, sir, provide that moral support that we need and a more conducive environment for our student learning.
The Honorable Blackmore made a commitment to continue making meaningful contributions to improve the learning environment for the students. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non moins, c'est McPherson Saint-Louis. Premièrement, le gouvernement Dominique c'est un contrat et puis compagnie Range Capital pour bâtir un luxury hotel en Cabrits. Cérémonie pour signer contrat là pour place jeudi en hôtel Fortune en Roseau. Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, officier compagnie là ensemble et puis compagnie Kempinski Hot Switzerland, tout adressé cérémonie là 46 pour projet ça. Mohamed Asseria Hot Range c'est à ses comptes compagnie pendant secrétaire financier Rosemont Edwards c'est à ses comptes Dominique. Ambassadeur Dominique pour Nations Unies, His Excellency Vince Henderson, c'est même comité gouvernement qui travaille à ce grand projet là.
Aujourd'hui, là, nous signons un agrément avec le gouvernement Dominique, avec un groupe, c'est Range Capital. Range Capital Partners Dominica Limited, c'est un groupe hors Dubaï qui a construit un hôtel. Il y a un hôtel déjà, il a fait un Saint Kitts. C'est un gros hôtel, pas qu'un hôtel, il y a tant de monde qui travaille là actuellement, qui a construit l'hôtel. Nous signons un agrément avec eux pour servir, comment dire, je ne connais pas comment dire créole, mais c'est Citizenship by Investment Program. C'est un programme là, la monde, ça, ils vont mettre l'argent pour construire l'hôtel là, avec pour ça, nous avons fait Dominicain. Il y a ni nationalité Dominique. So, c'est une manière pour nous taper monde pour mettre l'argent dans le projet Dominique. Ça, c'est le premier projet là, en bas Citizenship by Investment là. So, actuellement, nous signons l'agrément ça là, nous allons commencer le projet là avec une compagnie qui est Kempinski. Kempinski, c'est le plus grand, le plus meilleur hôtel on la terre. Il y a un hôtel en Europe, l'Afrique, Middle East, tout partout. C'est une compagnie qui est bien chère. C'est une compagnie nous comptons pour nous Dominique. C'est un agrément, moi quoi, qui mon travail, qui fait mon travail pour faire. Il a construit l'hôtel là, et l'hôtel là fini, mon qui travaille là. C'est un bagage qui est bon pour Dominique actuellement, parce que nous savons, nous sommes plus belles produits tourisme en Caraïbes là. Mais ça nous pas ni c'est bon hôtel. Nous n'y autant bon, nous n'y des bons hôtels, mais nous pas ni assez. Oui. Donc nous besoin hôtel Kempinski pour nous faire certain nous ça fait plus l'argent. Et bien nous ça taper plus travail. Hot tourism.
Alors nouvelle représentative Labour Party pour Roseau Valley, Dr. John Colin McIntyre, qui a fait parole comment et qui continue de travailler pour développer constituency là. Plaisir, c'est l'occasion là, qu'a tapé attention, yon dit aussi en Cochrane.
Là, mon vini, moi, ça qui a fait à Cochrane, il y a parti de personnes qui fait rien pour eux, comme si des chimères étaient mal, avec chimères still mal. Moi, déjà, on a des chimères de Cochrane, quand c'est des Springfield pour monter à Cochrane. Nous faisons ça, ça c'est un bon chimère, nous là. Ça c'est yon. Nos chimères qui a sorti de live estate, river estate. Pour monter Cochrane, c'est un chimère qui bien, il lasse, il taille de caquier ça, il y a un low porto. Ça nous a fait, nous commençons à faire un petit bail là, mais comme si c'était un petit patch, nous savons. Mais ça c'est pas chimère. On les ranger chimère ça pour ces gens là, parce que c'est un chimère nous besoin pour Cochrane. Nous n'y on derrière, nous qui ranger ça. Là on a parlé quoi des affaires pour les gens qui paniquent, nous avons aider ces gens là et puis ranger un petit caille bayola. Nous avons payé pour l'éducation de ces gens-là, comme si des scholarships là, pour les gens qui ont réseau pour l'école. Nous avons fait ces bails ça. Non, moi, quand je viens là, je regarde comme si Cochrane a besoin d'une expansion. Il y a plein de fil là, les jeunes gens qui jouent avec en place là. So, ça nous fait à Cochrane now. Nous achetons un morceau de terre là, comme si des 5 acres, plus passé 5 acres. Avec nous gagnons ça, nous payons ça. Avec nos cailles, comme si on diviser ça, on divide ça sur lots pour ces gens-là. Avec tout le monde à Cochrane qui n'a en place pour mettre yo ça caillou yo besoin un petit morceau caille nous caille faire ça ba yo so là où parler quand nous can lever un festival comme c'est la paix ça c'est rabbit festival quand toi avec ces monde là nous quand toi avec VIC qui là avec mon cas dit c'est mon encore crâne yo c'est yo nice yo c'est bon monde avec pour ça c'est un place mon y a chez moi avec mon cas vivre là mon cas toujours là pour aider ces monde là Cochrane so moi les deux pour tout le monde moi à Cochrane pour chier fort mon cas marrer pour supporter moi encore avec supporter moi pour moi continuer pour lever comme dit standard of living of Cochrane moi mais ces monde là avec moi qui aider.
La nouvelle candidate Labour Party pour constituency La Plaine, Peter Saint-Jean, qui a fait un report des projets qui prennent place à présent et puis finance hot BNTF. Un de ces projets-là est mentionné, c'est facilité pour l'éducation des enfants en délice. Projet ça là qui est un service pour ces négrions là, qu'on a l'occasion où là, yoté avant, ça c'est l'école première là, et pas ni assez place raison pour bâtir l'occasion 900 là. Contracteur là qui a bâti projet là à Valais 200 avec 92 000 $. Il y a l'autre projet Saint-Jean mentionné, si on la place pour moun sous SPA vendre produits à eux. Projet ça là qui a coûté 200 avec 33 000 $. Contracteur là qui a écrit projet ça là qui est fini par décembre l'année là. Saint-Jean des industries touristes là qui bénéficie de projet ça là. Monsieur Saint-Jean aussi parlé contre projet CAI et puis sanitation qui a bénéficié constituency ça là. On l'eau. Finalement, officier touriste Dominique bien plaisir qui bateau carnival retourné Dominique saison salam. Parole ça sorti hot chairman Discover Dominic Authority, Benoît Badwell.
C'est un plaisir pour voir carnival splendeur Vin Dominique avec à présent pour saison ça nous ni des call hot carnival et toutes ces discussions nous tenir le carnival qui a marché bien parce que à présent nous tenons pour saison, l'autre saison qui vient, pas saison après, mais l'autre là qui vient, nous tenons 10 calls pour carnaval. So, ça a montré comme que confiance, confident, une confiance en produit Dominique avec Bassa parce qu'il y a quand même un plus bateau pour Dominique. So, nous avons dit tout le monde comme que nous voulons continuer à faire un bon service pour ces gens qui viennent, ces gens qui viennent ces bateaux touristes. Avec plus en plus, nous continuer à parler avec le carnaval, et nous allons voir comme que vous-même, mettez ça, nous allons mettre plus de bateaux, et nous allons voir ça comme que l'autre saison.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelle en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson Luce. Ni un bon week-end. Au revoir.
Coming up next, how to break a bad habit.
Dominica is blessed with an abundance of water, but getting it to your home is an expensive venture. You have a responsibility to conserve water, to use it wisely. Remember the old adage, you never miss the water till the well runs dry. Think water, think life.
Bad habits interrupt your life and prevent you from accomplishing your goals. They jeopardize your health both mentally and physically. The first thing you need to know is you don't eliminate a bad habit, you replace it. Choose a substitute for your bad habit. Have a plan for what you will do instead of that bad habit. And lastly, surround yourself with people who live the way you want to live. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the GIS News production team, I'm Nisha Charles. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.